Okay, I think he's already screwed. I think he has our Twitch hostage. Guys, if you can hear this, I am blinking twice. Please help me. Thank you very much.
How can they hear you blinking, you dumbass?
Shit. That's why I verbally said I'm blinking twice, okay? Anyways, let's get started.
Yeah, let's start. Yada yada. Yep. Alright.
Yada yada.
Alright, I'm just gonna talk to these guys again. For the sake of
Seems
continuity.
like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be? The nameplate? Alright, let me talk to Mr. Cool Guy.
Very
Mr. Super Cool Guy.
strange.
So, why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit?
Dun dun dun.
No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night.
He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face.
Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right?
Oh shit. The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms? She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died?
Survivor's guilt. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility.
If that's really true, then I...
Alright.
Well, way to guilt you into surviving. Or
So,
guilt you
we're
into
collecting
dying.
Evidence. We did talk to the otaku idiot. I'm just gonna
Otaku
find
idiot?
whoever. The otaku idiot.
Okay.
You know, the
Otaku.
one with the body pillows and shit. Ah,
Oh no.
here's a character that
Right now, for today's stream, we do have a live voice actor with us.
Yeah.
It is Vixen from our chat. And so, Vixen, this is your part.
you can
Whenever
unmute
Aoi
and,
starts talking.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I'm gonna read
hey.
this part and then the next one. Say hi
Yeah,
to Twitch
okay.
chat, Vixen. Alright.
Hello, Twitch chat.
Hey, so, did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly disappearing like that.
Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row.
So when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well,
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass,
What a responsible person who washes her glasses after using them.
one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
In other words... Oh, you wanted to read this?
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining. Wait, this is him speaking, isn't he? Isn't it?
I don't know. It seems to be his thought. Fine, I'll read it.
You know what?
I'll
You
just
go
read
ahead and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night. Which proves I didn't take it.
I feel like that's a developer issue with the blue.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, did you really kill Sayaka?
What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
'cause, I mean,
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So, when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea.
That was a good job on the voice.
It's a really good,
Solid.
like, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You totally fit, Ali. Yeah.
Alright, I think we investigated. Yeah, we investigated the I was about to say
Kitchen?
chicken knife instead of kitchen knife. Yep.
I
we
think
talked to
we
her.
should just try and speak to everyone else.
Yeah.
If you want to go through our list, we've spoken
I
to
know
3
you've
people so
said,
far.
I know you've said previously, like, talk to the people after investigating. I think it's best
Mm-hmm.
to talk to the people after, like, just come across them, and then I can come back to them in case there's new information.
Sure.
Alright, going through the tunnel.
It was only for the last stream because I didn't want you to spend more time just talking to everyone.
Oh, yeah,
but
I mean,
yeah.
I
But
think
normally,
this
yeah,
case,
you would want to.
works. Okay, we're gonna talk to, Mrs. Novelist, who's a shy, mean person.
To kill someone just to save your own life, and I've been living with someone like that. I think I might vomit.
But is what Monokuma said really true? Did one of us really kill Sayaka?
If the mastermind really was going to get involved, they would just kill us on day 1.
That's a good point. By the way, how's your investigation going?
I already told you I don't do blood, so I don't plan on doing any investigating.
That's exactly what a suspicious person would say.
Besides, I already know who did it.
This is very suspicious.
After all, where was Sayaka killed? In your room, right? What more proof do we need? We already know the truth.
He really doesn't trust me at all. You already examined all of these things.
Yep. I think right now is
Leave
just the
this
time
area.
to speak to people.
Yep. Just gathering some clues, evidence. Let's take a quick look at our truth bullets that we have amassed so far. Real quick.
So these are
We
going
got
to
the
be used
Monokuma
later.
file, which says that estimated time of death was the autopsy, 1:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Body was discovered in the room dormitory. Cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen and her right wrist was fractured. We got evidence of a struggle. The sword was indeed used, and the sheath as well. So this is evidence that because the sword was coated with gold, somebody's fingertips are going to have gold on it, possibly. The rooms were switched, but the nameplates were also switched. Somebody switched the nameplates. The toolkit was used, so it's most likely a male. The room wasn't previously cleaned, but somebody, after the murder, they used a lint roller and cleaned it.
Wait,
The wrist-
question. You said the toolkit was used, so it must be a male. Toolkit was in your room, which is a male's room, so it could have been a female or a male that used it.
But let's assume that I'm just going
Girls
off
know
of,
how to
like,
use a screwdriver.
If it was, I mean, or it could be a woman using that to frame it on a man. That's also possible.
Yeah.
But my first suspicion is gonna go to a man.
Okay, sure.
Sayaka's wrist. Oh yeah, the dying message was which is a number. Although, what's her name? What's the? I'm blanking. What's the girl's name? She's like a female Byakuya.
Byakuya? What about her? What about? Oh, you mean Kirigiri?
Yeah, Kirigiri. Yeah. So she said, my voice is a little low. Damn it! I thought I fixed it. Yeah, I don't know. I did
Try
run into
and increase your own personal volume on OBS. Just use that slider.
That is on
Maybe-
maximum volume.
Then turn ours down a little bit and put your
No, I'm
that
just
way
gonna,
yours would level up.
I'm just gonna increase the gain even more.
Sure.
And leave it at that. Let's see, the bathroom door frame. More bathroom door frame. They were fiddled with nameplates, kitchen knife set. trash duty, incinerator, yada yada. So those are the truth bullets.
I think there might be a few more that you need to get.
That pamphlet
Because
is still...
otherwise... Yeah, I think there's maybe a few more truth bullets you need to get, otherwise it would already tell you where to go next.
Okay.
So it might just be more investigating right now.
Yep.
Wait, have you even seen her video yet? You haven't, right?
Nope. We're about to.
So, yeah.
Oh, but we don't have the videotape, remember?
You should.
Oh, the DVD... Okay. He did say... Oh yeah, I should be able to use this.
Because you went and got it.
Yeah, yeah.
You went back
the DVD that
last
Saika
time.
threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds. But then... an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there, along with the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was... dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then... that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For
So
these
I'll take over
girls,
narration
the
now.
glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark. And then, in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe.
What the?
Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls, who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off.
What the hell? That wasn't real, right?
They're a super famous group. Everyone knows they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get them? If that really did happen, everyone on the outside, in the outside world, must be going crazy.
What kind of person would take things this far? Okay, so we've seen the video now, and I'm gonna guess every person they saw a video where some loved one, people they care about, suddenly just disappeared or fell or something.
I mean, there is some kind of leverage there. Whether
Yeah.
that is literally your
blackmail.
family members.
It's blackmail.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna play some pachinko.
Gotcha games. Let's go. How many coins would you like to use? Oh wow, you're gonna use 5 coins in one?
3.
You're gonna have something super rare if you yeah.
The hell is that?
I have no idea. It looked like a pile of salt.
Okay, let's check out our items. Presents.
Presents.
Sea salt.
Also,
Oh, we still have the black croissant.
yeah, that she didn't want. No, wait, do you still have it?
Yeah, I still have it.
Weird. Okay. So I thought you gave it to.
I thought I did as well, but apparently,
You still haven't investigated that area. Okay.
Listen to me!
Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right?
You hear me?
Well, it just so happens. Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything.
Got it!
Forget everything I just said. Forget. Beam! Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Ha ha ha. Your jokes suck.
Jokes? Whoa, he jokes.
That's it? What an idiot.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe I had more than one black croissant.
Maybe. Oh, it's her.
Vixen, your
Vixen.
turn. Do a slight Sasha accent with this one.
Okay.
So, do you have any clues or anything?
What kind of clues? Let us just agree we do not know who the culprit is, and leave it at that. Whatever secrets I may have, I don't intend on revealing anything until the classified.
Okay, then, do you have any suggestions for where I should start looking?
Well,
Ugh. So annoying. Must you fumble around, fishing blindly for clues. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little hint. The scene of the crime, naturally. But I think the trash room is also worth looking into.
The trash room?
Of course. It is the perfect place to destroy evidence. However, there is one little problem.
Which is...
as for me,
That place is filthy. I would rather die than set foot in there.
Oh my god.
I am trusting all of you to conduct a thorough investigation on my behalf.
And here I thought the high elitist person was, yeah. That's... we already investigated the trash room. Celeste, thank you very much.
For absolutely no help, but still.
Yeah.
You made Celeste sound so devious. It's great.
Yay!
Yay!
Alright, now we're going to the Gim.
The Gim.
The
Alright.
Gim.
The Gim.
Oh, we already...
Do you wanna... Let's investigate Junko.
We already did.
Maybe
I was gonna
she'll tell
say...
us.
It's gonna say, we already been through this. Touched her wrist to check for a pulse, blah blah blah. And then he goes, she really was dead, and she's gone.
Damn it, I thought she'd give us a clue. You know, by
Hey,
coming back
Chihiro,
alive.
oh, hold up. Did we go over this? But let's see. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
huh?
Oh, what is it?
Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something?
Sorry, no.
Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just don't know.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out. No, I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Huh? Makoto? What are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball! But it's all smashed, what the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. Buddy,
my
you got
God.
scammed. Buddy, you got scammed.
Yeah, you got so scammed.
So, how did it break? What? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? That guy totally duped me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington,
Oh my God.
Napoleon.
And
He said
just
whoever
sold it to
controlled
you
that
for
crystal ball
$12?
controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it.
in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found and taken it. So I think we have another place to investigate now.
Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know.
Sure.
By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years.
Oh my god.
Came out to be like $1 million. So hold up.
$1 million.
I'm gonna do some quick maths. 1 million
wait.
yen.
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick thing. So 1 million yen
To USD?
to USD is about 9,112 US dollars.
Wait, 9,000 only?
Yeah, because one dollar is worth like several thousand
Oh,
yen.
true.
Yeah.
What if he was meaning $1 million USD?
No. Come on, he's Japanese. It's yen.
All right, fine. So he only makes
And it's
like,
possible.
like
yeah, fortune telling he doesn't make that
4,000 a
much
year.
money. He's made
He's
in 2
the
years.
ultimate fortune teller.
Apparently, fortune tellers aren't. He's the ultimate teenage fortune teller, maybe.
True, maybe.
Million?
Um,
That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world.
I'm pretty sure they meant $1 million as in $1 million, not $1 million yen. Just because, like, the way Makoto's reacting to this.
I mean, $1 million yen to them is still a lot of money. Like, despite
Yes.
the like, it has to do with inflation in Japan. Like, inflation and the cost of things, it's vastly different than what it would be for us. Here.
Time for business lesson 101. Nice. Are you going to give us a lecture now?
I already did.
Damn
Like,
it.
I know this because I have friends who have lived in Japan for several years, and they've told me the way, like, you know, inflation and stuff works in Japan. Like, and I know another person who lived in South Korea, for example, and they had to pay a deposit on a house, and a deposit was like, I think South Korean currency is yon. I forget what it's called. But it
No,
was-
South Korean currency is won.
Oh,
W-O-N.
won. So I had it right, but I just mispronounced it. Yeah, it was won.
Yeah.
And they had to pay like 1 million won for like a deposit, and they said,
Which is
yeah,
not
that's
that bad.
that's not
It's like
unheard of.
90,000?
But you have to think about the reason it's a big deal to them, even though $9,000.
90,000.
9,000.
Yeah, but
1 million
is
yen.
like
No, going back to yen. I'm going back to yen.
okay.
1 million yen is around 9,000 US dollars. The reason it's such a big deal to them, they're high school students. They're teenagers. To a teenager working part-time, making 9,000 in 2 years, that is a great amount of money. That is a big deal. Like, part-time jobs usually don't pay that much money.
I'm going to agree to disagree just because I don't think so. And that's based on personal experience. But let's move on from now.
But this is in Japan. You have to remember, in a lot of Japanese high school culture and stuff, they're not allowed to work part-time. And some of them who do work part-time, they don't get paid that much. So
No, I get that. I'm just saying that, like, because he's the ultimate something, and they're apparently all really, really good, really bad
so
people.
but then here's the question. Do these ultimates, how truthful are these ultimates really? And you've seen this guy. He's called the ultimate fortune teller or whatever, but you've seen what he is and how he's like. Maybe he's not that, like, the only reason is he's here. Maybe he was here by some sheer amount of bad luck or some bullshit. Like, that's the point I'm getting
I feel
at.
like he's the kind of person that'd be on Ellen or, like, you know, another, like, you know, the Maury Show or Dr. Phil or something. I feel like that's what he'd be like, which is why he would be able to save up that much money or have his own stupid
to
Makoto.
Makoto, who's an average student, 1 million yen, that is a shit ton of money. Hence why his
Yeah,
reaction.
for maybe for him, maybe specifically for Makoto, but I would think that. Anyways, again, let's agree to disagree. I personally think they're talking about, like, actually $1 million because it has been.
Why would they be talking about $1 million when the whole setting is Japan and they're all Japanese?
He's just like, well, okay, that's not kind of the point that they're all Japanese. It's more like these guys are all elites, depending on where they're
But it's
from.
in Japan. But it's in
Yeah,
Japan.
it is
They're
in
elites within Japan, not the entire world.
Oh my god. Okay, again, agree or disagree. Let's move on.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying your
conversation with
point doesn't quite make sense. Like if this was an international, what I'm saying is if this was an
Revan.
international, let me just make this last point. If this was an international school with, you know, people from all over the world, like you have students from the US, students from Europe, students from Australia, then I could be like, yeah, it could be like USD because USD is like the de facto world currency, but they're all Japanese students. This takes place in Japan. Literally all their names are Japanese, except for maybe Celeste, so it doesn't make any sense for them to be talking about US currency. Like, you look at all the snacks in the vending machines, everything is Japanese. So...
Okay. So this guy made like 9,000 in 2 years. Alright,
Yeah.
good for him.
And Kitsune said, I agree with Revan, it feels very culturally situated in Japan with very Japanese references.
Yep, let's move on. And that was my line, but anyways.
Ding dong, bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started,
Oh wow, Mr. Teddy Bear with
So yeah, so as soon as you find all the truth bullets, that you
which is
use,
very nice, because given some of the bad QOL in this visual novel, at the very least, once you find all the clues, it advances you, which is nice.
It's
Yeah,
time
exactly.
for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings.
All right, I've played every single Ace Attorney game. I got this.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
So remember that red door you could never enter
Yep, we can enter it now.
until now?
The red
Yeah.
door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you!
I bet you were afraid you'd be discovered that the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but... I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. And also because he's the protagonist, and unless, while he was asleep, Makoto's an unreliable narrator and protagonist. Plot twist. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
So you get the opportunity while you're in the elevator to talk to each of these people and hear what they have to say, and then
Is
the class
everyone
trial starts.
here?
So this is the only time
Okay
you can hear
then,
it.
please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where
So you get to
all
talk to
your
them
fate
before
will
they
be
board.
decided.
Must be one hell of a long elevator ride.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Oh no, you click on each of them before you click on the elevator.
Oh, I see. Alright,
Yeah,
well,
so
we'll
don't
go
click
in
on the
order
order of
clockwise, so it's easier.
Sure.
What?
So whoever
What?
stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Impossible.
Damn, we really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it.
I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Hey,
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Let's get started.
Got it! Relax, I haven't decided 100% if you're the culprit just yet.
Maybe, but you're obviously leaning in that way.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, in the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Vixen, your turn.
I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now.
NASA said, can we call Phoenix Wright to the stand? Oh yeah, dude, Phoenix Wright would blow this out of the water.
Objection!
Uwe? Did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence?
She sounds so French and I love it. Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her, is very impressive.
Wow, she is sweating.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, that girl is
Well,
like...
I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out.
So the school basement has become the dark end stage? We're not here to bear witness to Mr. Nagi's...
Your voice cut out so many times in the high pitches.
You know what? He's an idiot, so his voice, when he talks, cuts out. That's my headcanon.
Oh my god.
Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready?
I stand for this headcanon.
I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let's begin.
Yes, indeed.
Vixen?
Vixen?
Yes. Oh, good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared?
No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth.
I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. So every visual novel game where there's like a trial or like a showdown scene, they always have really cool like brain palace music. This better have good brain palace music, or I'll be very disappointed.
Knowing Danganronpa, I can assure you that the soundtrack is very good.
The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
This is you, Vixen. Vixen? Okay, I guess I will take over for just a couple of seconds while Vixen is occupied. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment?
Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
You finally arrived! Ta-da! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit. Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now. Okay, everyone, find your assigned seats and sit down. Yahoo! Hurry up now. Hurry.
You can narrate.
I'll do this. Yep. We did what he said and found her seats.
Oh my god,
The
the
seats were
stands look exactly like the ones from Phoenix Wright, and I think it's a Japanese thing. This is what defendant stands look like.
Probably. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer the tension and unease onto anyone else.
NASA side, geez, I told you it's a crossover event. What is this, a crossover episode?
The air
Mr.
seemed to
Peanut
grow
Butter.
heavy as we sat there. Does that make me, what's it called? God damn it. What's the horse called again?
What's the horse called again, really?
Whoops! And so, the curtain to on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly fate.
Why am I standing next to the perverted guy? Why can't I stand
Because
next
you
to
like
anybody
pervert
else?
guy. No, it's
Don't project yourselves. Don't
you have
project your
so
stuff
much in
onto me.
common with him. Why are you disagreeing? A deadly class trial. Let's save.
Or we can't. Or we could play it, really, you know, open handbook, set
What happened?
skills.
Sorry.
There was a line
it
for
was-
you, but...
Yeah,
fine.
but it's okay. Okay.
Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Yeah, why not? We have 11. And that's about all we can equip.
That's the only skill you have right now.
That's fine.
Normally you can skip. You can equip until like 3 or 5 or something. But because you know you screwed up with the answer question thing.
No, NASA, I can't get the question mark skill.
Which one? The 11,000 one or the?
Hold up.
7,000
It's
one?
beginning.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay, I like this Mind Palace music so far. I can't wait to see the ramped up version.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
You die.
Okay, again, every time I see his belly button thingy, I just feel like
No,
poking it with a
That's
knife.
not what it is. It's not. Okay. But you're gonna say something else.
Oh yeah, his belly button looking penis, little micro penis
Oh my
thingy.
god, I wasn't gonna say
then
that.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Yes.
Somebody slap
gonna
this
work.
guy.
Don't be
This
a
is
goddamn
exactly how it
idiot.
works.
Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates
God.
even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
This is you, Revan. This is your favorite character
Why is this my favorite character?
because of how he talks and who he is.
It sounds like
Also,
you're just
don't forget-
projecting yourself onto me and this character.
Although don't forget, the arrow is the avatar arrow. This guy clearly is. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, move on.
Okay.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case
Dun-dun.
summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Okay, it's
Your
about to
first-
begin. Yes.
Yep. When it comes to the green stuff, I'll just read it. Okay, never mind then.
I mean, I can just, like, it's just a narrator. It's like a tutorial thing. See, speak
Yeah.
out without pause. Okay, so it's, again, like Ace Attorney. Okay. Yep, just like Ace Attorney, you find evidence, and then you cross-examine and you present contradictions. Yep. Yep. Okay, this is the bullet. This is why this game is classified as bullet hell. Makes sense. Alright. Alright. Evidence
I
of a
assert that
struggle.
the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer
Does she
must
hit
have
the
taken
text?
her by surprise while
You
she was
can't
in the
just hit
bathroom.
it anywhere.
She didn't even
No,
have a
you have
chance
to hit the actual
resist.
text.
Oh, I see.
Like yeah, and you missed it. So that part, the highlighted part.
Oh, I thought
that
you have to
part is
shoot
what
the
you hit.
person. Okay, that makes sense.
No, you shoot the highlighted text.
Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room. For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick side... Okay. Oh, okay, it's gonna...
Yeah.
I see. Alright. Wow, this is easier than Ace Attorney. Because
For
Ace
now.
Attorney, it doesn't, it never is highlighted. Alright. Let's go again.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
That's true.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Also true.
In the bathroom.
That's also true.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
No.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
You know why that's wrong?
That's wrong.
Because
Objection!
Yeah, we have evidence of a struggle. We have
Just a
all
second,
the
Chihiro.
markings
Wait.
and stuff on the
Try
room.
to
So
remember
you have to
how
aim
my
it at the
room-
highlighted text. You can't just be at any
Yes.
text. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, he already voice acted this himself.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Alright. One bullet used.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
I can't wait for this character to be killed off, and I won't even be mad. I won't mourn his death at all.
You really hate this guy.
If Monokuma tortures this guy, this is the only time I will agree with Monokuma.
Wow.
I also side with Revan.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
Revan.
Revan. I'll say it Revan. I like it better like that.
Ravine.
So French.
Revan.
Kitchen knife set. Alright.
Because we know what was used. We already know the murder weapon.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
No shit.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Man, Captain
So
Obvious,
the
shut
killer
the hell up.
used some random knife they had on him.
No, objection! Objection!
So in a Japanese, he says chigawo, which means you're wrong. And I love it.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh,
Got her voice
yeah.
kind
I
of
guess
down.
that makes
Holy.
sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Whoa there!
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well said.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
He's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well, I'm not the killer!
What if he did kill her in his sleep, and he didn't realize it? Because he's actually a sociopath?
What if this whole thing is a
psychopath?
dream?
Yeah.
Like, we're all just Monokuma's just some bored teddy bear, and he gained sentience, and then he had abusive owners, and he just imagined this whole thing up.
I hear absolutely nothing wrong in this.
Okay, slow down. Steady your aim, make it easier to target potential weak points. Focus scotch. Ah, I see.
Gauge. Yeah.
Alright, this is medium speed. Always a count. Oh yeah, because she said she was drinking tea, and the kitchen knife was originally
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody...
No, that's wrong!
Can I just say this, Revan? I think you should let it play out at least once, and the second time around you should go and hit it. Just so that everyone else can hear what the other lines could be, you know?
Ah.
Let it play through once.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Vixen.
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. So when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Dang, this girl is really hella suspicious.
And nervous. She's a sussy baka.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
So it's implied that Toko's she has a lot of insecurities, and she calls her a dumb jock and all that stuff, so it's possible she's kind of jealous and stuff of her
Also because, yeah, she has, not just a dumb jock thing. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Toko might be jealous about, because
Speaking
she's
of which,
she's
I'd
known
like
to
to
be
ask
writing
Bear,
erotica, remember?
if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
That sounds like a shitty trade deal.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
So what's the point?
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Well, thanks for the spoiler warning, stupid bear.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Loophole.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's
my
god,
Taka, oh my Taka, what the hell, man?
Just put this guy and that the perverted dude in the same room together, honestly.
Yeah, you know what?
And then
yeah,
give them weapons, lock the door, and then see who survives.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Isn't the skirt obvious enough?
No, but if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because
They're not here anymore.
Junko.
No,
Someone
I
who's
think I
not
know
here?
who she's talking about.
Are you talking about Sayaka?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall.
Wait, thanks for the spoiler
And then later,
warning.
she wound up dead.
You just said you're the one who said I said Junko. You could have been silent. You said no, so then naturally my mind went to Sayaka. So if anything, you're the one who spoiled it.
I didn't
Thank
name
you.
it. I just said no.
Next time, don't say yes or no. Just say you'll see.
All right.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was
I
Monokuma.
mean, did she not just say it? Did she not just say it?
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility.
So Sayaka was planning to kill someone, and then the person ended up killing her in self-defense.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Maybe she was hungry. She wanted a mid-morning snack.
As she left,
With the knife.
she said she just wanted a
She wanted to
drink
chop,
of water.
you know,
But most likely,
pieces of chocolate.
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
Look at this.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Yeah, needs to stop talking.
I want to crush this guy's glasses and shove them in one ear and pull it out the other.
Again, I don't know why you hate this guy that much.
You possess a most
Okay,
terrifying talent.
out of all the characters, he has no redeeming values other than he helped us out with the trash mystery thing. Other than that, he's a disgusting, creepy dude. He's like Monokuma in human form. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Why would the killer kill the victim in their own room like that? Yeah, exactly.
And until we unravel that little mystery,
What's the
you
motive?
simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I have no idea what that means.
Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Let's go. Alright, things advance further. Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around the letters already known. Oh, because it's like playing Hangman. Shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim, then press left, yada yada. Shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 around a time, you fail. Just like Ace Attorney. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. We can just figure out what that something is. Hold up. Alright, let's look at the truth bullets. Okay. The replica sword, the sheet, switching rooms, toolkit.
Oh, did they just give us her name?
Hina?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to... Wait,
Define
no.
which letter... Wait, no, that's not Hina.
That's not Hina, no.
What do you think the word is based on the letters you've been given so far? It's a 4-letter word with the letters H and I.
Let's see.
It also has to be in order, by the way. And
I see.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
the
want clues? Because I think I'm...
Nah, let me figure this out. If I fail,
let him figure it out, yeah. Otherwise, I would have told him what the answer was.
That's a miss.
Yeah, you need to do an order. So, That wouldn't make any sense. Because HRI, there's no word like that. Oh yeah, you have to. So the red ones means that they're ready to be clicked on. The yellow ones mean you have to click on them more. If you open them. There you go. Nice. There you go. You got it.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
NASA's like, it was love. It was missing the whole time.
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
Because I'm a hairy person, and I shed a lot of hair, like a cat.
Okay, that's I forgot what they're called, but you know the hair poking out, the big spike, right? Spike probably sheds a lot. Just saying.
Spike sheds a lot. Hey, Spike, if you're out there, apparently you shed a lot.
Oh no.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Even Wingardium Leviosa.
That makes
Did
sense,
you hear that?
does it not?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They think whoever did the hair thing was because
to remove
they wanted
trace all that Sayaka had ever been there.
No.
So who
If
would
that
want
were
to
the
remove
case,
traces of
they would have
Sayaka
had to
having
do
been
something about
But
the
then
body
she
itself.
has a good counterpoint,
not
which
just
is what
her
I was
hair.
going to say. If they removed the hair, why didn't they take the time to remove the body?
Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then
To frame
Makoto isn't the
Makoto.
culprit?
Are you sure we can
Makoto's not the
decide something
culprit.
so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Alright, let's go to your room, buddy, and see how much hair you've shed in the last 3
Oh god,
days.
no. God, no.
Let's check the bathrooms as well.
You can tell that his eyebrows shed a lot.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember
Of course you
anything
would.
remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind.
Yep.
Do you remember,
The
Makoto?
doorknob was broken because they didn't know how to open the door to my bathroom.
Exactly.
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom. And the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke.
Which is what?
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's
Which
owner.
is why the screwdriver
It proves
was missing.
Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
This is like the,
But if the only choice you
doorknob
have
with a
is to
sock
break
on
it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Hirigiri, why are you helping me so much? What is your... I mean, yeah, you have to remain alive, but...
What's your angle?
What's your end
Well,
goal here?
You'll find out.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? Okay, non-stop debates. Let's go. Number of weeks will start going up, but no matter how many, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, not only will you fail to refute what they said, but also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Okay. Yeah,
So,
if it reaches
before
0, you
you-
fail. Alright.
Before you actually go ahead
Listen
and
to
do
all
it,
of them.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
know.
gonna say, yes, exactly.
I'm gonna look. Because now the stakes are high. But first...
The
Okay. Makoto's door room was difficult to open due to it not fitting the door frame properly. The only people who knew the trick to opening were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka. Okay.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That's true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Okay.
Then the killer ran after her.
We agreed.
And they got into the bathroom.
Okay.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
Our rooms can't be locked!
You said you were gonna wait.
I got excited.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Leon, buddy. You seem a little surprised that the door was stuck.
Yup, true as true can be.
No, I don't want to listen to your theme song. Bring back the cool music.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was
there we
just
go.
because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Because the killer is a big knob themselves.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Because the killer is a guy, and he assumed that because all the guys' rooms are unlocked, he was surprised at the door being locked, and so he tried to bust it open.
The killer could easily make that mistake,
Remember the place?
thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
I'm not gonna say it.
The
Why do
killer
you
was
think he
convinced
thought-
the bathroom door was locked. So they
Why do
didn't
you
know
think
that the
that?
door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime they didn't know was the crime took place in my room because the nameplates were switched. And he thought it was
Exactly.
Sayaka's room.
A gun! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms. Which is what led to
he
the
didn't switch
misunderstanding
the
about the
nameplate,
bathroom.
Someone else did.
If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it
Thanks
came
to
open
that
by force
busted
or
door.
simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
The killer is an idiot.
Regardless,
Yup.
it was a pointless
But also,
act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then
that means
Makoto
who did
couldn't
switch the
have done
rooms?
it.
Like, who
Who switched
changed
the
the
nameplates? Who switched the nameplates? That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Shut up.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Idiot, if you get it wrong, you'll die.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
You, like...
You gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the
Closed room
key
mystery.
somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative!
With
if
what?
you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah.
How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have
Like-
knocked and said
my
they wanted
God.
to talk or something.
No,
and
no.
Miss Maizono
Yeah.
just
No.
let him in.
We agreed that she would not let anyone in, not even Makoto.
No,
Yep.
that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
I hope this guy gets choked by his own tie.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Also, notice how he's pointing forward even though Makoto is right next to him?
Next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much of an idiot he is.
Yeah. Because she asked me to do something in particular, because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka lets someone in, because... Wait, hold up. Wait. Let's see. So... Evidence of a struggle, no. Switching rooms, yeah.
Check the details on that.
I got it!
Okay.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. This is you.
Oh, yeah. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well,
Yeah,
what the hell is
she
that
did go and
supposed
get a
to mean?
knife.
Yeah,
Why
she
would she lie about something like that?
She was using you, buddy.
I know you don't want to
That
consider
wasn't
it,
obvious already.
but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the
What if
possibility?
Sayaka faked her own death and got
Wait, what?
revenge on somebody?
Dude, her body's there.
She's in
cold.
cahoots with Monokuma.
Okay,
Well, there's two
then,
Sayakas.
genius.
Maybe Junko wasn't dead either.
Mm.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two, in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Which means she was writing the note to somebody.
Huh? Somebody.
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Who visited Makoto's room?
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
Makoto,
her name was written.
Did you write this?
No, I didn't.
There.
But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Exactly.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
The murderer.
The true
She must
killer.
have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
I can't wait till this guy dies.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be
There you
sure
go.
anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched between Maya and Sayaka's rooms.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Skip it by pressing spacebar.
The place they were asked to come to.
Oh, yeah.
It specifically said, I see.
Oh no.
So if then they would have gone to
exactly the room that Makoto was staying.
Nice.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Now? Thank you.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
You know what, NASA? For the next break, I'm gonna say no you!
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Sayaka switched them.
Okay,
which means
then
what?
Who did it?
Which means she was trying to murder somebody, but instead she got murdered. Because remember, she said early on, I will do anything.
Why would she murder someone in Makoto's room?
To frame him as the killer.
Let's find out.
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? Emphasis on check the nameplates.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your
Remember
room,
when she asked?
but not telling them you'd switched rooms.
Would you do
Why
anything
would
for me,
anyone
or
do
like,
that?
Yeah, exactly.
how far would you go for me?
How far would you do? And she took advantage of him. Yeah. Saw it coming from a mile away.
Would you
To
die for me?
understand
Would you commit
that-
murder for me?
We first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever
Then who
she
killed her?
invited over came in and attacked her.
Nope, she attacked them first.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she
Taka's an
invited
idiot,
over
which
is the
wasn't
culprit!
He just acts
Taka's
like
a
he's
massive
smart.
idiot.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Why is Leon sweating so hard right now?
Yes, I think you're right.
Then
They all are.
we just have to figure out what
He's not
happened during the fight, right?
He had literal sweat beads.
That reminds me.
But,
There
like,
was a
even,
replica
Toko
sword
always
at the
has
murder
sweat
scene.
beads, right?
Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's
That's
the deal
true,
with that
Spock.
sword?
Like, he is basically the straight man. Like, but an idiot.
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
Taka's a janitor.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt.
Because What's up with her wrist? What's up with her wrist?
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
Oh my god.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
I will say, I will take Taka any day over this guy.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
He breaks the
What
fourth
happened
wall
in my
frequently.
room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Oh, multiple truth bullets. Now we have to, not just one, focus on multiple. Only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement.
So the only reason why you had one... The only reason why you had one bullet in the beginning was because they were trying to teach you how to use it. But now that you have multiple, you're supposed to, like the main game, you're supposed to flip through and figure out what makes sense with what.
For our purposes, this time logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then good luck and have fun. And
NASA arrow is for like the avatar arrow. That's why I keep bringing it up.
When the fighting broke
Hear
out,
it all out first.
the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
But is it?
Depends on the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit...
What do you see with the sheet? Revan? What do you notice
Hold
with
up,
the sheet?
I'm thinking. Hold up.
Okay.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
So, do we know what the truth bullets?
So the sheet is
when the fighting broke out,
gonna be the truth bullet.
The culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Ah, rip. That was not the one. You gonna read that?
Oh yeah. What? You think this is something I said was wrong?
Shoot!
I have to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit, and that's when the first blow was a sword-based sneak attack.
Huzzah.
No, that's wrong.
No, you.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Like a knife.
Something sharp?
Yeah.
You mean like the
means-
kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how
Like
did
the
the
shit
sheath
on
get
his head.
damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
So the murderer was basically defending himself.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife
she
is
did
the
lure
one who
him into
attacked
the room.
first.
I
Yeah,
had
so-
a knife ready.
So she was trying to kill a person, and this guy ended up killing her in the middle of the struggle.
Yeah.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening!
Please shut up.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too! Then,
But that's not
after
possible.
they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and...
Because her wrist is the one that got
Sorry,
gashed with the
but I
gold,
don't think
right?
Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use a sword, which part of your body would have to touch it? Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Because there's no gold
The
there.
palms of
There's
her
no
hands
gold.
were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
She can't be caught
It's safe to
gold-handed.
assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Everyone show your hands.
There's really no way she could have picked it up.
Oh yeah, they
or
definitely
come
couldn't
away
wash their hands
completely
in between.
clean.
Glitter is very... Even if you try to wash it off, there's still remnants and stuff.
That's
Maybe
true,
she
but you can still
washed
get it
her
roughly
hands
clean
after
enough
she
for it to be
escaped
seen
into the
as clean
bathroom.
from a distance.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why would she wash her hands when she
Yeah.
escapes into the bathroom trying to protect her? You're a
Exactly.
novelist. You're a novelist. Think these things through. So disappointing.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Your personality is
Of course
definitely
it is.
ugly.
No.
No,
It's
that's
because
not it at
He
all.
thinks she's ugly, so she must be wrong.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime. The water was off. Wait, so this means they can't even use the washroom or the toilet.
Yeah. So remember the shower was off too? Remember someone mentioned that?
Yep.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime,
That's
right?
abusive.
Oh,
That is kind of abusive.
Actually,
And
I haven't
unsanitary.
taken a shower here yet.
She hasn't taken a shower yet.
They should just all have a bunch of Lysol cloths.
Oh, he's into unshowered
Oh my.
girls, it seems like.
You're no
my.
different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Hey,
I mean,
don't
she is standing right next to him.
Don't insult donkeys like that.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult,
course.
obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means
I'm pretty sure
the
that's the
killer
nicest thing
is the
anyone's ever said
only
to him.
one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
That's what I've been saying. Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No,
She was the
far from
perpetrator.
it.
She set it up.
It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Leon, sweating again there, buddy.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
That is why.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
She never liked you, buddy. She used you.
Sorry.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
And she would have gotten away with it too
there,
if it weren't for you
instead
meddling
of her
kids.
room. That
And
would
that damn
implicate
teddy
Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a
you think
secret.
a girl luring you to die in a
If the
different
target
guy's room
knew
is
she
hot?
had switched rooms,
Nice.
they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Absolutely correct.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
And asked to be his assistant.
She used him as her bitch.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Surprise, surprise.
That must be when her wrist got
That's what you
broken,
get.
and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the
Dun,
one
dun,
she'd
dun.
planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Why is she still defending her?
Hey, hey!
God, she
You
said
guys
she
have
loved me.
totally
She
derailed
remembered
the
that one
argument.
time, the bird in middle school.
You're
Guys.
being super boring right
on.
now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
How the
Wouldn't
turns
it
have
be
tables.
awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her. But what can I do?
So
I mean,
a lot
as far
of
as clues go, there's nothing left.
So a lot of these trials have like 2 parts to it, 2 or 3 parts, where you first figure out the first part of the situation, and then you figure out the killer.
One truth bullet, which makes our life...
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Okay, I know what the target
Very
is.
well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die!
Really?
If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
There's still one clue left, I'm sure of it. Sayaka left it on the wall she was leaning up against.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've...
Shoot!
You screwed up.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who... But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Nice.
No, it's wrong!
No, you! Yo! Let's just
There
go.
still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
11037.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037.
37.
Written in her own blood.
Okay.
There must be a clue about the killer hidden
If you
in
turn
there.
it upside down, it spells Leon.
Does it?
Yeah. And she wrote it with her left hand. It spells
Yeah,
Leon.
it does.
Well,
So
before we get too far
when
into
I got it
that,
first started,
I need to
when
ask.
I first found that clue, I was like, hold up, why does it say his name in the back? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a second, this is
Yeah.
so easy.
It's not even a number, it's literally you turn it up. Because she was writing, she's sitting down, and if you're writing behind you with like your left hand, you're gonna
Yeah.
obviously write upside down. It spells out
So-
Leon.
Can we really
a lot of
be sure that
Danganronpa
Sayaka is the one
stuff
who wrote it?
a lot of Danganronpa stuff when you
There's no
actually go through the
question
forums.
that Sayaka wrote that message. Hold up. And I can prove it. Left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Because her wrist was broken.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree
Leon,
Sayaka wrote
boy.
it. But still.
You've been very, very bad today. No wonder you've been sweating.
What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
The other thing is, once you've played enough games like these, like, I knew immediately when I saw those numbers, I'm like, if you turned them upside down, in my head, I kind of knew it was Leon, and that's why I kept making these subtle things like, hey Leon, why you sweating? Hey Leon, why'd you say that? It's kind of a little predictable, once you've played multiple games like these. Not that it's a bad thing or anything. Lilouette.
Hey Chihiro, you're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Hey Chihiro, you're a programmer. Fix my iPhone. Not that kind of programmer.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just, look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Turn it down.
Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know. Yes, you do.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
She had to spell it out for you, you idiot. Huh? Rotate it. I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Well, as much as I would like it, it's not your name, Coco. Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear.
You should use your arrow keys, yeah.
WASD.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
Yeah, keep sweating there, buddy.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
My hair! The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's the thing that I found out on the ground in front of the incinerator, right?
Which one do you think she's talking about? Yeah, that's not it.
No,
that's what he
one.
used.
Yeah, to press.
That's
Oh,
like-
he threw that to press the incinerator.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Read this
Remember how
line.
he couldn't reach it?
Yeah, I got it. Read the line. Let's get through this.
No, you've got it all wrong. Just calm down and think about it carefully.
That's your proof? That's one hell of a false accusation.
Shoot!
It looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. The evidence that... Yeah.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
What?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right! There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. Where it was disposed of. Where the shirt was destroyed? If it's wrong, let me figure it out. Just let me figure it out. Where the shirt was destroyed, if we focus on that, the killer will become clear. Where it was destroyed? You're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck's that supposed to make anything clear?
Shoot!
Alright, that wasn't it. How it was... Yeah.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say.
What's he gonna say?
You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Oh damn, the music is ramping up. Alright, let's go.
The key to the trash room.
It is getting
Whoever was on
intense.
cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
This is where we shoot.
Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Me? Huh? Me? No!
There absolutely was a way to use the incinerator without using the trash room key. The killer was able to turn the incinerator on by using something I found on the ground nearby.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty.
So the only one, the person...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
No, that's wrong! Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was throw it, and he's a baseball player.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
Yes, an ultimate baseball player.
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because...
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shepherd brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Ah, it's a puzzle! It's a jigsaw puzzle. Truth panels. It's like in Dual Destinies, the final part where you have to connect the puzzle pieces. A lot of similarities. Climax inference? Okay. Wait, so... Oh, this is the first panel. Oh, it's like manga, basically. Okay, so... Oh, something is here first.
You can only check it after you finished all of it, and then you run it and see if it makes sense. Based on the scenes, just, yeah, you have to figure out what scene went where.
Nope, this scene does not go there. Nope. Let's see. So this is the door. He just entered, she's right there. And then she goes to stab him.
I'm pretty sure you have other pictures as well.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Some of them are false flags.
Okay, let's go for the obvious one. Yeah, I wish there wasn't false things. Like, in that way, it could be like, oh, I have one left, this one goes here, but that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but that's kind of the trick.
Okay, so So it hits the incinerator, turns on. Throws it into the incinerator. He leaves looking all maniacal. And then the piece falls down. Okay. What do we have left? Here. He hits her on the wrist. Her wrist breaks. This is where she drops the knife. She's in the bathroom locked. This is where he tries to use the screwdriver and open it. Now it leaves 3 panels left. So this is gonna start out because he walks into the room, closes the door. He's gonna block he's gonna intercept with that.
It doesn't have it yet in his hand. So how can you block if it doesn't happen?
Well,
Image again, that last one that you have available. What does that look like? Not that one, the other one. This one, what does that look like?
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
okay, so...
So you got that part wrong.
Here's exactly what happened. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
Guys, this is not Phoenix Wright. You can't do that here.
I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Where is the evidence?
Without evidence, it's all
that you
bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
I do declare!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Okay. Ah, this is an actual bullet time game.
It's a literal rhythm game.
If only the mouse controls weren't shitty with like
Yep.
mouse literally there's mouse acceleration on. I know this because when I play FPS games, any game I play, first thing I check is mouse acceleration off. And I have my DPI set really low for precision to get those headshots and stuff like Overwatch and Valorant. And this game has horrible mouse acceleration. This is awful. BTM, BT dubs. The rhythm, okay?
Yeah.
Watch your button presses with the tempo markers, they reach the center, okay? Lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. I mean, I might fail the first time, but I'll get the hang of it. I have to adjust the awful mouse acceleration on this. Start a combo, keep this going, and initiate tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. The tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Weak statement. Shoot it down with a truth bullet. Okay. Victorious. You fail, have fun. Alright.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Remember how his toolbox was
They
open?
used something of their own to remove the screws.
I refuse to acknowledge you!
Remember
You're
how your
stupid.
toolbox was still
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
I got it, yeah.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Moment of truth! Ah, of course there was a heart.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie! Shut up! Oh. Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. Shut up. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance.
That was awful, and I
Where's
somehow
your
got through
proof?
it. This guy's weak.
You have to shoot him.
This should prove it.
That was... Those mouse
The
controls were
screws
awful.
on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
If you didn't shoot him at the end, you have to do it all over again.
I don't mind that, because I kind of wanted to get more used to the rhythm.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
Yeah, dude, the mouse controls in this game is terrible. Awful, awful.
That's because the culprit
thinking
didn't
of
know
using
it was your
control.
room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Is that all you're gonna say? Stupid, 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 stupid.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
I lost it, guys.
Stupid. Stupid.
Who's Stu?
He's a
So,
pid.
you have no rebuttal?
Makes sense.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Oh my goodness, his face is so shook.
Right?
Nice job.
74.
The higher rank you get, the more points you get.
So I see people replay the chapter just to like, what's it called? The ones they know all the answers and to get like an
Yeah.
S rank or something. Get more coins, get more pachinko, and gotcha.
Exactly.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then
So you
let's
definitely want to
get
vote for someone. If you don't vote for
excited!
someone,
Pull
you
the
get in
lever,
trouble.
Kronk.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Guilty! The heck, the flowers, confetti?
Oh, it gets even better. Like now.
Looks like you got it right, money. The Blacken in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Porta.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
I don't believe it!
You son of a bitch!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
He's got a point. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all.
That's all?
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine.
Now, we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here.
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else. Her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka.
I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant.
Wait, hold up. How did it get into auto? What the heck? No. Did I? Why is it on auto? Why is the text on auto? Whatever.
You can choose your options.
Wait, hold up. Okay, controls? Maybe I accidentally pressed the button.
Yeah, space button.
See, and the space button, you gotta use it to slow down. Horrible PC port. Great game, PC port is a bit questionable. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her. That's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
he was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know, but you do know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try to kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seemed She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
Phew! I understand, really I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us! This is all your fault! Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault!
Suddenly, frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
that's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now.
Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
That was a close one. Thought for sure you're gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Well then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Lian Kuata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice, I had to kill her!
Yeah, that's it!
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment, it was self-defense.
Is that okay?
Vixen, this is you.
Oh, exactly what is self-defense. When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toothpaste? After she had shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back into your own room. And you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her? Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you do. But you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why... No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh!
Listen, you again.
Oh! Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand?
I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
If it weren't for you, this would never have happened. To Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you?
Just shut up.
Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you! Please! Don't do this!
Hey! Come on now!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kuata, the ultimate baseball star.
Let me guess, he's gonna get thrown like a baseball at high speed. He's gonna get a baseball bat massage, isn't he?
No!
Yeah, so to anyone who can handle even like kind of graphical violence, you should probably look away now.
Leon has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, he's gonna be incinerated? Or dragged? Let's see. Yep, it's a baseball machine. What did I say? And it's gonna fire baseballs at high speed, which are basically like bullets. The 1000 blow?
This dude's getting stoned to death, for real.
Damn, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
And everybody's forced to watch.
They have they can't do anything about it.
Imagine the amount of bloodshed. Imagine just the amount of blood. The sheer amount of sprayed blood that went through that fence. That dude's been pummeled into a cake. Like, a human cake.
What we saw That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control.
Whoa, what's going on?
I can't take it.
And she said, do we really need to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well,
hey, if you don't like it... all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get bored with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
what the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting on an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling order?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put on a mask with a scalpel. Just don't think it's possible. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you want to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame.
Of course we can't get free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place.
You're trapped, aren't you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Wait, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
Everyone, including the outside world, this whole thing's being broadcast like Battle Royale.
hey,
Say everyone. Who exactly are you referring to?
The corporate board of directors.
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment...
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second?
She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
It's about Sayaka, isn't it?
I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself.
You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact you can never change. But even until the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you.
She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you.
What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her a dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message.
Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was... uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation.
Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No! I'm gonna carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go.
So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you.
As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka?
Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh?
Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition.
That's the end of chapter 1!
12 students remaining.
Yep. I think this is a good time to call the stream, and then we can pick off from chapter 2 next time.
I received the despair bat.
Well, congrats. You made it through chapter 1. What do you think so far of the game?
Pretty good. It's basically a mashup of Saw. It reminds me of, like, all the other visual novel murder mystery stuff I've played. Yumineko, Higurashi, Ace Attorney. Japanese devs really love their murder mysteries and figuring out the mystery.
In murder mysteries.
Battle Royale, right? It's like a shonen, it has like a mixture of shonen stuff with like deep seinen
psychological horror
elements, yeah.
Psychological horror
My
is
only,
best when it's Japanese.
the only things I have that I don't like are the port controls and what's it called? Some of the lack of QOL stuff, but then this was the first game I can give it a pass. What I can't give a pass is the poor mouse controls. Like that.
It was also for like 2011, I think. That's when the game kind of came out.
I know, but what I'm saying is there's lots of console games that came out a long time ago, and they've been ported over to PC, and the mouse controls are a lot better. I've noticed with a lot of... So one thing I've noticed with Japanese devs is, one, Japanese devs for a while ignored the PC market, because in Japan, console games, specifically PlayStation, are the most popular.
Yeah.
And it's only in recent time that Japanese devs are actually paying attention to console ports. Square Enix, Capcom, Atlus. Although Atlus really needs to get their shit together. Atlus, they ported Persona 4 Royale to Steam. It was great. It sold tons of copies. An old PS Vita port sold tons of copies. And Atlus is like, I wonder if the Western fans want more Persona games on PC. And it's like, Atlus, please. You literally can print money. put Persona 5 Royale on Steam, you don't know how many people will buy these games. Same thing with
for sure. Like I bought Persona 4 Golden on Steam, even though I don't have the actual
There's
copy.
another series called Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, and then it has a sequel series called Cold Steel, Trails Cold Steel. Same thing, niche Japanese game. They've been porting it to PC. It's been selling. Same thing with the Tales series, Tales of Berseria, Tales of Zestria. So Japanese devs are slowly like waking up to how the PC market is actually a huge gold mine, and it can literally print them money. And but yeah, some of these older games, they have shoddy ports. Another example that comes to mind is Dark Souls 1, the first Dark Souls game. The PC port was so bad. Let's say you wanted to play the game with a mouse and keyboard, it was unplayable. And literally the only way you can play it, the only way the port got saved, was a modder created controls and several things and fixed the game. Otherwise, the port was really bad. So Japanese devs are slowly learning. They're slowly getting there. So I'm willing to like kind of, tolerate some of these small quirks. But other than that, yeah, the game is solid. The setting is solid. I feel a little bad that I kind of knew, like I could see from a mile away. I'm like, okay, that's Leon. Yup. It's because he's a baseball player. Because I've played once you've played games like these a lot, like you start to like, notice patterns. But I'm still excited, even though like I knew what was going on. So
well, the thing is, the first mystery for this game is definitely super easy to solve because that they're just trying to get you into it.
Exactly.
But after that,
it's gonna get harder. It's gonna ramp up. There's gonna be plot twists.
Especially like the last thing. A lot of people, unless you've actually seen it or know the spoiler, because
it's very difficult to get it. I got
very difficult to understand it.
And
it's great. I love it.
It's just honestly, like Ace Attorney. In each Ace Attorney game, the first cases you deal with, it's very cut and dry because it's like the tutorial. They're teaching you how things go, and then it starts to ramp up, and then you're like, sometimes you can still figure it out, but sometimes you're like, all right, screw this. I'm gonna look up a guide because this is really difficult. So,
as Guakling said, the second game is way better, and in terms of story, the second game is also way better. It's my favorite game from the trilogy. So definitely excited for you to finish this one and get to the next one. Yeah.
All right, let's just do one more save just in case, and
that's it.
All right.
Thank you for watching. For everyone here and everyone that's gonna watch the VODs, thank you again. And until next time on the Hollow Tesseract.
Good night and good luck, and don't let the bed bugs bite.